What do you feel when you hear the words profit? Is it a good feeling or is it a bad feeling? Today I want to go overcome some of the misconceptions of the term profits. Kevin Ware, your action business coach. Now this video is going to target the general public, not just business owners. Why? There is a lot of things going around in our society, in the news and social media, talking about that we just don't tax profits enough, or profits are a form of greed, or we need to figure out how to eliminate profits altogether so that we don't have to be beholden to that. So many crazy comments that float around out there that I'd like to basically talk about today and go through some of these misconceptions that a lot of people have that need to be eliminated. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So the number one thing I hear of that is the purpose of profits is lavish expenses for rich people to buy yachts and mansions. That is hogwash. Now, are there people who will take profits and do those kind of spendings? Yeah, but you know what the general purpose of profits is? It's not lavish spending, it's reinvestment. The whole idea of profit is to reinvest into businesses so that they can grow and produce more items. Let me give you a quick example of this. If I am a business owner and I need to replace a Ford F-350 truck that is used out in the field to deliver supplies to construction crews, and it costs me $50,000 to replace that, what is the better choice? To go to the bank and finance that truck at an 8% interest rate, or to go into your profit account, which costs you 0% interest rate to buy the truck? Well, surprise, surprise, it's the profit account. You see, the whole idea here is that it makes so much more sense to take our profits and spend them on things that may help us make more money, that by nature it's designed to do just that. Now, we're never going to get away from using banks, i.e. other people's money, to reinvest back in the business. But the more profit you make, the faster you can then use that low-cost money to reinvest back into buy property, plant, equipment to continue to grow your business, which provides more jobs and more economic activity for an entire population. So let's remember this, the purpose of profits is reinvestment. Now, will profits accrue to some people later so that they can buy toys? Yeah, but that's not the purpose of profits. Now, number two misconception is that profits cause inflation. No, that is a complete, utter bunch of rubbish. I've seen articles and I've seen broadcasts out there that talked about a lot of the inflation in 2022 and 2023 was caused by higher profit margins, i.e. corporate and business greed. That's absolute nonsense. As a matter of fact, below this video, I will have a link to show a study that shows very plainly that's not true. One of the things you learn in Economics 101 is basically is inflation, is what causes inflation. Basically, cause of inflation is the increase of money supply. In essence, more money chasing fewer goods and services. That has always been the definition of inflation. So if you're going to look for the cause of inflation, it gets right back to the Fed turning on the money press and printing lots and lots and lots of money to overcome the COVID crisis. And now for some people, yeah, it probably was necessary, but we always knew it was going to cause inflation. Now, there's a thing called modern monetary theory, MMT, that has this theory that you can basically print money unlimited, and if it gets used right, it doesn't create inflation. Well, that's nonsense. We've known it's nonsense for years. So, no, profits do not cause inflation. Increasing money supply causes inflation. Number 3 misconception is that profits are the result of greedy business owners underpaying their staff. Now, could that have been possible back when unemployment was 8.5, 9.5%? Yeah, potentially. But guess what? Current inflation in the United States today is 3.9%, almost a complete full employment economy. If anything, the control is on the employees, not the business owners. I have been doing this for almost 22 years, and I have looked at basically wages and percentage of revenue compared to wages, and it's stayed pretty steady, except for probably the last 2 to 3 years when the rate of expenses on salaries has actually gotten higher. Why? Because there are fewer bodies out there to recruit, and so you have to raise pay. So this idea that profits are a result of greedy business owners underpaying their staff is complete fallacy, because think about this. At 3.9%, you're an employee and you decide that you want to switch jobs and go to somebody that pays you more. Pretty easy today. I see it all the time. I'm constantly working with business owners who constantly have to be competitive salary-wise, or they're going to lose employees. So no, profits are not the result of greedy business owners underpaying their staff. And the final one that I hear all the time is that, well, the U.S. doesn't tax corporate profits enough. We just need to raise taxes on corporate profits to overcome all of our deficit issues. Well, that's hogwash. The U.S. corporate tax profit rate now is 21%, and that's about middle of the road. Before, in 2017, it was a lot higher. It was one of the highest tax rates in the world at the time, and now it's about middle of the road. The highest right now is at 50%. The lowest is 5.5%, and there are some tax havens that have a 0% profit. So the whole idea that we have a tax rate that is just way too low on corporate profits is ridiculous. Now, are there loopholes in our tax system that people can navigate and get around? Yeah, especially in corporations. Sure, big publicly owned corporations, absolutely, especially ones that have lots of accountants. But the typical business owner that owns a small to medium-sized business doesn't have that. And so they are doing the very best they can on tax strategies. But this idea that, well, you know what, we're underpaying on corporate tax profits is just absolute nonsense. So hopefully that cleared up some things about profits and some of the misconceptions on profits. I may have said some things that might be controversial and that people don't agree with. That's fine. Make a comment below. Tell me where I'm wrong, and let's have a discussion on it. Go out there and make it a great day.